They dominated the charts. Now they're locked in cells. Grammy winners serving life sentences. Dancehall kings arrested mid-concert. And one artist who recorded a #1 hit from prison. These are the 25 most shocking reggae stars behind bars right now. And their crimes will blow your mind. In the turbulent life of Signature Alcock, better known as Jah Cure, the paradox of soaring talent and tragic missteps is fully realized. Rising like a phoenix in 1997 with the electrifying duet King in his jungle alongside Sizzla, Jah Cure, under the mentorship of Barrington Hammond, captured hearts across continents. But in the twilight of his ascent, fate turned its face. In November 1998, the streets of Montego Bay bore witness to his fall as flashing sirens marked his arrest for fire weapon possession, robbery, and assault. Convicted in 1999, the reggae prodigy was sentenced to 15 years. Yet behind prison walls, he chiseled melodies from confinement, recording albums like Free Jah's Cure Ghetto Life and Freedom Blues, his voice a haunting echo of lost freedom. Released on parole after serving 8 years, hope flickered anew. But destiny was unkind. In October 2021, a confrontation in Amsterdam shattered the fragile veneer of redemption as Jah Cure plunged a sharp object into a promoter. Sentenced once again, he lingers now in a Dutch prison, a once resplendent voice battling the silence of his own ruin. Turning eyes across the Atlantic to Ladbroke Grove, London, Reese Herbert, who roared onto the scene as Digga D. Digga D carved his legend in the steel beats of UK drill. Inspired by reggae roots from his Jamaican mother and Bajan father, Digga D's youth was scarred by expulsion and scrapes with the law. His meteoric rise with Double Tap Diaries and Naughty by Nature masked a storm brewing. Hounded by behavior orders, Digga D's defiant anthems were silenced under legal chokeholds. Yet, rebellion brewed beneath the surface. Arrest followed arrest, protests, raids, seizures, culminating in the grim February 2024 raid where 45 kilograms of illicit substances sealed his fate. Sentenced to nearly 4 years, the once vibrant voice of youth angst now resounds only within prison walls. From the Caribbean shores of Barbados, Javon Grant, who the world celebrated as Fia Verse, soared with his billboard-breaking hit Shattagale. Collaborating with Dutch producer Shivo Beats, Fia Verse was an emblem of modern reggae's global footprint. But the glow dimmed abruptly on a routine night in Bridgetown. A traffic stop, a hidden stash, and the bright star plummeted, arrested for possession. As his legal battles mount, the future of Fia Verse teeters precariously, a cautionary note echoing across an industry littered with fallen icons. In Kingston's teeming streets, Marlon Plunkett, known by all as Capri, emerged from Waterhouse with his sharp tongue and sharper lyrics. A protege of Elephant Man and a linchpin in the Alliance, Capri's wit and wordplay crowned him a dancehall heavyweight, but success bred scrutiny. A tribute song to slain gang leader Othniel Lobban drew the ire of law enforcement, accusing Capri of inciting violence through melody. Despite his protest of innocence, the shadows of accusation now cloud his once celebrated legacy. Steeped in controversy and steeped in history, Desmond Ballantyne, Ninja Man to the world, wrote his story in bullets and bars. From the age of 14, Ninja Man electrified dancehall with his unapologetic bravado and fire weapon-slinging lyrics. By the dawn of the 90s, his name was legend, but notoriety turned to infamy when, in 2009, he and his son were charged with the life-taking of Ricardo Johnson. After a convoluted and delayed trial, the gavel fell heavy in 2017. Life imprisonment, parole, an elusive dream until after 25 years. The microphone that once projected Ninja Man's fierce voice now lies silent, replaced by the cold clang of a prison gate. O'Neal Thomas, or Zebra, son of reggae great Dennis Walks, carried the burden of legacy with hits like Way You Run Fa and Picture 5 Frame. But the son's journey mirrored tragedy more than triumph. Sentenced in 2001 for assault, Zebra's fleeting freedom after 7 years ended in deeper sorrow. A 30-year sentence for fresh crimes, his dreams fossilized within prison walls. Over in the American South, Andre Whitaker, who conquered dancehall as squash, rose with anthems like Money Fever and beat Dem Bad. His alliance with Vybz Kartel's Gaza movement ignited his fame. But 2025 tore apart that ascent. Arrested in Florida with an arsenal of illegal weapons and facing immigration detainment, Squash now fights not just for freedom, but for the very identity that fueled his music. The Ugandan beat found its rebel in Shafik Walakaga, known as Fik Gaza, rising from tire-changing laborer to dancehall hero with hits like Sunju. Fik Gaza's passion intertwined with politics. His allegiance to Uganda's opposition made him a symbol of resistance, but arrests in the United Arab Emirates for illegal performances and in Uganda for aggravated robbery have shackled his revolutionary voice, leaving his future clouded and uncertain. From Miami's Sun to Kingston's Heat, Kazee Paul Anderson, Sean Kingston, was a golden boy who merged reggae, pop, and hip-hop into chart-topping hits like Beautiful Girls. Yet, under the glitz lurked greed. With his mother at his side, Sean masterminded scams that siphoned luxury cars and jewels from unsuspecting victims. Convicted on all counts in 2025, the youth who once sang of love now faces decade behind bars. His fall a parable of squandered fame. The saga of Adidja Azeem Palmer, immortalized as Vybz Kartel, is perhaps the genre's most tragic opera. From lyrical wars at Sting to setting dancehalls pulse racing, Kartel was untouchable. Yet, his kingdom crumbled when accusations of life-taking surfaced. Barrington Burton's death, followed by Clive Lizard Williams' vanishing, heralded Kartel's downfall. His 2014 life sentence, reduced slightly on appeal, leaves him in prison until his twilight years. His cell has not silenced him. Books and songs flow from confinement, but the iron bars remain unyielding. Emerging from Portmore's restless streets, Leroy Russell Jr., Tommy Lee Sparta, danced on the precipice of fame. Under Vybz Kartel's tutelage, Tommy Lee crafted hits laced with gothic undertones, but a fire weapon tucked into his waistband spelled doom. Arrested in 2020 and sentenced to 3 years, Tommy Lee Sparta's rise was abruptly stalled by the weight of his choices. Jason Pinnock, or Shock Rhyme, fused dancehall with grime, carving a unique soundscape. Yet, one fire weapon, one loaded magazine, and a single night in Portmore derailed his career. Convicted and imprisoned, the voice that once promised a new genre hybrid now echoes only in memory. Across the ocean in America, EBK Jabbo, born into rap royalty, turned personal struggle into gritty anthems. Songs like Boogeyman captured street realities, but Jabbo's real-life entanglements dragged him under. A revolving door of juvenile detention and adult incarceration framed his adolescence. A brief post-prison renaissance collapsed in March 2025 with fresh drug and ammunition charges. Now, once again, the bars of a cell contain his ambitions. For these men, reggae sons, the dream of rhythm and rebellion has been bartered for concrete floors and barred windows. They chased greatness but met ruin. Their names, once shouted by adoring fans, are now muttered in courtroom corridors and prison cells. Their ballads remain, a testament to talent and tragedy entwined, a reminder that fame without discipline is a path as perilous as it is seductive. This is not merely a chronicle of artists imprisoned. It is a requiem for potential squandered. The prisons may claim their bodies, but the echoes of their voices, raw, powerful, defiant, linger in every note they once sang, haunting the very air they can no longer taste. Which of these downfalls stunned you the most? Do you think any of these artists still deserve a second chance? Or are their legacies beyond redemption? How do we separate the music from the man? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We want to hear what you think. And if stories like these grip you, make sure to subscribe. There's more coming that will shake you to your core.